Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Greeterlings.
Hello.
D6, where I, Archie, bring together a bunch of friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. I'm late today.
Yes.
Yeah, you're dragging us all down, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, how dare you
so
have
sorry.
outside D&D problems?
We left you alone for 5 minutes.
You guys asked for the improv of D&D, and the first thing that comes to my mind is that, it's been a stressful day. My car battery died. And, I nearly had to think about moving this to a different day, or not at all. We would have been in trouble then, actually. Because in announcements for D6, we're gonna be gone next week. So sorry to everyone.
That's my fault.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
It's because I'm going on spring
so
break.
happily.
It's my fault.
It has nothing to do with spring break. It has everything to do with our lovely player Blue having a move next week, as well as the complications of getting everything together for their house. So we're going to be taking the 10th off of
3rd.
April, which will be the 3rd for us. So that way Blue can find their home and be able to safely set up and be prepared for whatever madness happens later on in the campaign yet. So
being an adult is hard.
Yeah. So if you guys are wondering where we are next week, we do heavily apologize, but our players come first. Our players' safety comes first, and I will not prioritize this game over my players.
I appreciate it.
So, that being said, whilst there will not be any D6, hey, here on Roll for Damage, there will be other shows that you'll be able to watch, as well as the provision of the podcast versions that are available over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Our wonderful friend Uzu will be playing their World of Darkness on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as... Please excuse me. As well as our main campaign here on Roll for Damage, which is The Scales Above, which is also at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys want to catch up on any of that, by all means, check us out. There will be links below. And if you want to catch up on the podcast, then by all means, links are also below. Next up is our wonderful friends over at Gamer Subs.
The good juice.
The good juice. I don't have any
juice.
on my table today. I'm currently water right now, mainly because I gotta order some more Gamer Subs. However, if you guys are interested in getting yourself some Gamer Subs, if you are interested in getting some waifu cups, which have some pretty awesome designs to go with your Gamer Subs, or Gamer Subs themselves, which is Gamer Supplements, 100 milligrams of caffeine, neurotropics to keep you from getting the shakes, sugar-free, so that way you're not having the runs or getting the jitters from said sugar, and also, I just think the flavors are good. That's it.
They are actually really good, yeah.
Yeah, flavor's good. That's on me. Cody's gonna hear this and he's just like, today was a bit off.
Just a bit.
Yeah, no, he gives me little critiques on how I run my sponsors for this section.
You gotta make the bills, man.
Yeah, no, I gotta pay them bills.
Gotta make the dough, gotta make the dough.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in good old Gamer Subs, it is gamersubs.gg/Shienpai. That is SHIEMPAI. And using the code Shienpai gives you 10% off of your final order. Gamer Subs, Shienpai. Fun. And then last but not least, I think it's just time to get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Time for more trauma.
Yeah.
Leo's backstory. Backstory.
Yeah. Right. I don't think I should delay any longer.
Yep.
So, that being said, let us get into tonight's episode of D6. So, as our wonderful adventurers, after getting their ass handed to them at the end of their heist, returning back to the Adamantine Bastion as well as the EHS in order to recover, gather some information, and even explain their backstories, like Bora, after revealing why he had left Yimnin, as well as the Rakuyo house, expressing why he has been looking for his honor once more. The party, closely accepting that it is better to live and figure out the truth as to how his brother in arms had died. And furthermore, Citra beginning to comprehend Sav a little bit better while communing with none other than Dagex in order to comprehend the ways of the Cobalt Soul, which is a monk order that is under the impression of discovery and learning secrets and being able to provide this information in an open manner, as per the ways of Ayun. And by such, after more information had been revealed as to the next task of your Black Archive file, this also doubled as your evaluation after your recent excursion in Kelixmire. In this evaluation, Haley, a hemiomancer who also overlooks the records within the EHS of Wallenstein, has agreed to be your evaluator. And as such, she will be keeping a very close eye on all of you. Taking an airship down to Kilnor Ridge, one of the major ridge cities next to the Quartermain port. You all prepare yourselves and thus begin gathering information. After finding a bar and meeting the bartender himself, finding more out about his daughter and even about Arcanist sickness, a mysterious stranger, however, to all of you but one, enters, looking to talk to this man about his daughter, revealing himself to be High Lord Baron William Moel, to which Leodon would know differently. But this is one of those many aliases that exist for this creature. And that is where we had last left off. Is there anything that any of you would like to do after hearing his last proclamation of wanting to speak to this man about his daughter?
Yeah,
Nothing.
what would he be wanting to ask about a child who's going through something awful?
No.
Citra went through this. She's like, excuse me.
Is this the guy that I saw in my vision?
No.
No? Okay.
So, as you look at this Baron, as far as you can tell, he doesn't wear the same robes as those within Kelixmire as a High Lord. However, his is far more flamboyant. The colors are obviously like a peacock. Like the blues, the purples, the various shades that kind of accentuate the outfit.
Royalty colors, essentially.
Yes. His face is extremely young. Clean shaven. The eyes look almost bright but somewhat crazed. There's almost a permanent smile which can change and shift as he's having this conversation and realizing this man is angry with him. His hair is extremely short, just well shaved, styled, also kind of having somewhat peacock-like colors, but in this essence, it's only one side of the hair, while the other one is clearly this this amber brown kind of color.
Yeah, Citra would hear child, and having known what she's going through, she wouldn't hesitate to just kind of turn around to get a good look of this clearly very loud and proud person.
Yeah. Just standing there. Oh, I'm so sorry. It seems like you have guests, but unfortunately my matters are far, far more important. So... if all of you would be so kind as to leave. And I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom saving throws.
Yes.
Oh my lord. It's an 18. Woo!
I got a 19.
15.
19? 15?
I didn't roll a 3.
22.
22.
Oh, we're all good. I think.
The only person who doesn't feel compelled to leave, or the only person that feels compelled to leave, is Burra. As he gets up from the chair, and you feel glad that you're leaving. Like,
Is this suggestion?
this has nothing to do with me.
I'm
And you just begin to walk out.
just gonna look for a smoke or whatever.
Would Citra know what he just did? I feel like this is the suggestion spell.
For some strange reason, it doesn't give off that way. Like, it's a compellment, but almost as if there's no...
Like a charm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dante's gonna look to Leo. What do we do?
I would know where the Baron is from, right? And I know he's not from around here.
You know he owns a lot of trade, a lot of trades that go through these port towns. The reason why he is a baron is because of what he owns, as per companies, which has raised him to that height of High Lord. There is that semblance that you've seen this trick before, Leo. This isn't the first time you've caught him doing it. But he's asked people to leave a room before, and sometimes people just do it, other people don't. The fact that 3 of you are still sitting here and Burra's just up and walking out, no questions asked.
His eyes just slowly narrow. And he turns... Are there like any other tables in here, like empty tables at the far other corner of the room that aren't at the bar?
Yeah, there's ones that are all the way on the far side. You guys are close near the front door because it was most convenient. And you see as he's still looking at all of you. Well, that is not a first, but definitely a rare occasion.
What's rare?
I would like to politely ask you all to leave once more, but I feel like none of you would give me that opportunity.
I'll take our big platter that we've got, and I'll stand up, and I'll start heading over to another table, and he'll just mumble, give you some privacy.
I have a question. Did you change your clothes at all?
No, but he is quite clearly an elf.
Rather sizable elf.
Actually, with this particular spell, I can be shorter or taller if I want.
Then I'll say you should be fine. As it's just... At least people within this city still have manners. Fantastic.
And I'll like hold the tray in my arm and I'll motion for the others to follow me.
Citra doesn't necessarily ever disagree with Leo's, but so long as we're not leaving the room, she's comfortable, but she's worried about that kid now, so.
Yeah.
Alright, Dante's gonna just give out a sigh and then follow.
Well. I'm so sorry to all of you. Kind of. As he turns towards this burly man, you know, side by side with the guard at each end. You're disturbing the peace. You're also disturbing my customers. And you're disturbing me if you're gonna come here talking about my daughter. And you see as the man kind of just approaches slower, quietly. And the speech begins to become hushed.
I want to try and tune my hearing to hear every bit of this.
Go ahead.
Same. There is a child involved. The adults are listening now.
I'm gonna say passively, as you lean back, and you kind of just try and hear. Is there anybody else that would like to give it a go?
I would like to try.
I would like to give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dante and Citra, roll me some perception checks. And Burra, as you step out of the shop, by the way,
21!
you are met with 4 separate guards standing there. Not doing anything, not provoking you, not just like... They're kind of to be expected of being here.
Something the matter?
They all kind of turn. Oh, no, here for, fuck, what's his name?
You forgot his name?
Is he using an alias?
You don't know, you're not part of the conversation.
Oh, okay. Just...
Oh, I thought that was
Yeah,
you.
no, this is...
Okay.
No, this is towards Bora. Ah, fuck, I can't remember it. I just know that I have to stand by him. Good guy. Pays well.
Yeah, while you try to remember that, I'm just going to grab some smokes.
Ah, fuck. I mean, oh, there's a general store not too far from here.
Nice. Thanks.
Don't cause no trouble now.
What a weird bunch of
These
people.
These are guards.
Wait, bro.
Back inside.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Back inside, as you're listening in, Leodon, what was your checks?
21.
21?
13.
17? Dante, you're probably the only one that's kind of getting the least amount, as you're probably sitting on the far end of this table, but like you're tuning in for certain things. But either which way, this will be discussed among yourselves. Leodon, as you lean back and you attune yourself to the familiar voice of this one man, I am simply providing an opportunity, as it is to my understanding that you are currently in a tight amount of business. Your daughter is perhaps suffering at the hands of fate, along with that Arcanist sickness. I am simply providing you the opportunity to where she'll be able to live a very fanciful life, and a well-provided one, if she just joins the Tharum Scholars. He sees the man.
The Tharum Skulls? Is that what you
Tharum
said?
Scholars.
Tharum Scholars.
Yeah. And as a big burly man, as you see Boltroy leaning in, I told you before, you can send as many fucking people as you want. I made the decision. My wife made the decision. And while my daughter cannot make that decision herself right now, I am very fucking sure they want nothing to do with the scholars. They want nothing to do with your little R&D projects. They want nothing to do with you trying to teach them magics that are far beyond their own fucking capabilities. So, I'm going to ask one last time. Get the fuck out of my bar.
Oh, Cetra's ears are twitching hard.
As this man leans back. William, I am trying to provide a passive option here. If you do not accept my offer now, I'll let you sit on it. And once you do, and you decide that you want your daughter to stop slinging shit like the rest of the monkeys out there, you can come see me. And we will have you all whisked away to the proper society that she deserves. As you can see the slight twinge of the eye, and a wave of the hand as the guards all line back around him and he begins to walk out. You can hear the ring of the bell from the door. You see as he leans back.
Did Cetra hear any of this with the 21 roll?
Oh yeah, you guys heard this all.
Oh, okay.
Except for me.
You caught a majority of that. There was probably some bits and bobs that you didn't hear, but you can kind of get the gist of it.
Yes.
He leans back and he goes behind the bar and he pulls out some more cups and he comes over to your table. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, don't apologize. That sounded
You're
awful.
fine.
It's been difficult, of course, but
Well, that sickness isn't easy to deal with.
He's been hounding you for a while now.
ever since Elaine died, they all think that she's gonna be just like her mother. Now with the Arcanist sickness, they all know better.
Like her mother? What does that mean?
Elaine, my wife, talented sorceress.
Oh, that's what I'm being. Sort of.
She, much like you, being a realm touched. I miss her greatly, but I have to stay strong for my daughter. And quite honestly, business has been going down ever since the Rocks left. It's been hard, and now I'm just getting one battering after another, especially with fucking Thorum scholars always aiming to find out whether or not that they can use my daughter just as much as they wanted to use my wife. And I've grown long and sick and tired of it. I just want them to leave me and mine alone.
Something like that shouldn't be pushed on any kid. Let them live their lives.
I've got a question.
Sure.
How much of my time with William do I remember?
You know that name is one of many with William. You know him by another name, a much more personal name, a name that you were told to never speak of. You have often remembered this William individual as being a very kind-faced individual while being a very hardened businessman. And the way that he propagates himself, the way he presents himself, you know, he's willing to talk low, but he's also willing to make a show of everything. The one thing you know that he is incapable of is understanding the boundary of what is good and what is bad. You've personally experienced it. The worst part about this human being, as far as you are aware, is that when he likes something, he doesn't let go. And the only time he will let go is if it is more trouble than it is worth. Like
Are we going to be that trouble? Are we the drama? Sorry.
I am the drama!
Yeah, Citra is very concerned because she went through it and she knows she was pretty well off, but being hounded while in probably the worst part of your life right now, like that's just awful. So Citra would kind of just poke her fingers together for a minute, looking to Leo and the rest before looking up at him. Just, is there anything we can do? Anything I can do? I've been through this.
Well, I suppose there could be something y'all can do, but I don't know if I'd be putting you through the trouble of doing it.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we were asking for the lady who's been helping your daughter, so it kind of just coincides.
Well, here's the thing. We just need another round of the draft that she's already created for her, and if it helps manage to get in line in communication with this individual, that'd be great. But I haven't seen her in part near a month, and that's relatively unusual.
What do I remember of how she got through her own Arcanist sickness?
No, this is not about the Arcanist sickness. This is about Straslani like not coming down recently.
No, I know. I'm assuming that's what the draft is for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what does Citra know of her own that can maybe help that, since they're kind of without?
It's a long, multi-month process. And some days you'll feel like you're great. Other days it will feel like you are incapable of doing anything at all. The worst part about it is that it is the last month that is the hardest to get through.
That's what she's going through.
Yeah, which is currently what's happening right now. They are out of draft.
Got it. Citra didn't have it, so I'm trying to figure out like how she got through it.
You were lucky enough to have very caring parents that spent a lot of time taking care of you and keeping you out of an environment that would have caused sicknesses or flus or
Got it.
the general problems that come from a lowered immune system. But yeah, that's not what this place is. There's obviously a lot of people that have to come and go here, which can bring anything. And then also, it's slightly drafty.
Okay.
Didn't you say something about a mayor? Like, that was the last person who saw Helen, or might know where she's at?
Yeah, Hashim Aylward.
Hashim Aylward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of a cook, that one. Not like oh, crazy, but like more like, kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Where can we find where he's at?
His main work is in the observatory. Him being one of them brain wizards, something like that.
Brain wizards?
Alright, then we'll start with him. And then if he knows where she's at, then we can get you your draft.
Or at least try to.
Listen, that's all I want. If you can manage to get Helen to create another draft and you bring it back, I will reward you greatly. And looking at you, Citra, I can give you something that might be worth your while.
I'm not asking for anything, but I appreciate it. I see myself in your daughter, and it just breaks my heart.
Well and appreciated. And I also well and appreciate your patronage. You see as Haley is kind of just watching this whole back and forth. And even through observation, she is a little tentative about something going on here.
Citra looks over at Haley and just waves her hand. You okay?
Yeah. It's just...
You're doing that staring thing that Daggett does.
It's just that William Moe.
Something bothering you?
Mr.
Besides
Peacock?
that fact that he's creepy?
Not creepy, but something hidden about him. I don't know.
Leo, you changed your form. What happened?
Leo sort of blinks as he's addressed, looking like he was lost in thought for a minute.
You changed
He's
your
just
form.
chewing on a fish bone.
Like, I expect that from Dante, but you, not so much. She was unconscious the last time you changed form.
Ah. Right. And he just sort of, like, rips off the rest of the meat while, like, pulling the fish bone out of his mouth. Well, since we're, seem to be bumping into them quite frequently, Dante meeting the Arcanite who put them in the Penance Dunes, you with that weird gangly fella,
Oh, the
and we
High
all
Lord?
just met mine.
That guy?
Wait. So this guy put you in the Penance Dunes?
Yeah.
And he's also a High Lord?
Dude, what'd you do?
Dante, to be fair, I was accused of trying to attempt to murder a High Lord when I was just trying to pull a drunk guy off of another dude.
And apparently I'm in for treason, so what could Leo possibly have done?
Officially, it's espionage.
I'm sorry?
Espionage?
Also, should I go get Buddha now?
Yeah,
Right.
Bruh.
We should probably all go get bruh.
Bruh, as soon as you make it towards that general store, slightly under what was an influence, and now coming to your senses, you wonder how you got here. You can't remember why you left or when you left, but you just left, and then the thought to get smokes was the first thing to come to mind.
I think Citra would poke her head out, like get up and poke her head out from the tavern, and just, if she could see him from there, she'd wave him down.
I already have smokes. Why am I getting more smokes? Oh
Just
yeah,
from the distance.
oh yeah, because I have a crippling addiction to them.
Is he just talking to himself out loud?
Yeah, you see the
Slaps his
shopkeep as
forehead.
they're kind of looking at you like, not the weirdest thing I've seen today.
I have a crippling addiction.
For whatever for whatever cost that it usually does for you. Just buy an extra pack just in case. At this point, it might just be better to like buy one of those pipes. But you come to your senses and you're like, well, I should head back to the party.
Fine. I'll grab smoke some other time. Let me see what's going on with those people.
Yeah. On your way back, though, the guards have left, and you can see as everyone's kind of figuring out, like, what just happened? As you enter back in and sit next to the rest of the party, as well as Haley, just like, Bora, are you actually okay?
I mean, I was gonna grab some smokes, but then I remember that I already have smokes, but then I remember that I'm addicted to smokes, so I was gonna grab some more smokes. But then I decided to come back here.
I don't think that's exactly what happened.
That train of thought seems solid, I will compliment, but I'm more asking, do you, even though you left to get those, do you feel like you remembered anything at all doing so?
Of course, I remember...
Oh, this
Bra
is
starts scratching
not
his...
fun.
Bra starts scratching his head. No!
So you don't remember...
I don't remember it.
So you don't remember being compelled to do so?
So that's definitely not suggestion, which I know how to do, because that doesn't mess with your memory.
He does this.
No, I don't remember.
He does what?
The Baron, he's influential in supernatural ways.
He can wipe your memory?
No. But if he tells you to do something, you do it.
Well, he told us all to do something, but it was only Buddha that left.
Leo just sort of slowly narrows his eyes looking at Bruh and then looks over at the rest of us and then looks back.
Wait, what was that look for, man?
Nothing, probably.
Leo, did he turn you into a spy?
I guess.
No wonder.
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
I mean, if he can make you forget somehow,
no.
it kind of covers his bases.
I wonder
It was
why he
easy
got
to-
sent to the deuce. How do you get evidence for that?
It was easy depending on me. And with as influential as he is, whose word are they going to take? Some furbolg no one's ever seen before, or
To
the
be
baron
fair,
of a vast slew of land?
exactly. I mean, I didn't even get to go into my case. I was just in jail, and he just said I did it, and they went cool and tossed me into the dependent students. It's where I met the rest of you.
Well, either way, he's not important right now. What is important is our mission.
Well,
I promise I can kick his ass later if you want.
We're not here to start fights.
but it's
We're
always
here to solve problems. Remember that.
not everything has to be violence.
Sorry.
Hey, wait a
Haley.
second. Were you implying that I was weak-minded?
Anyway, we should probably get on our mission.
Dear Bura, I would never, ever imply such a thing.
Cedra
I'm
does
talking
that
about Leo.
awkward.
I'm talking about Leo.
Oh, well.
She's
Right.
sipping her water, just like I'm not saying a word.
We should probably get carried away with our mission then.
All right, so Mayor's house, Leo.
Yes, we should go to see this Hasham Elward.
Aylward.
Aylward.
L word.
Alright. So, after agreeing to help this local bartender, along with his daughter, you all pay for your food, or Haley pays for all your food, really.
Haley was just like, I
And
got
you
you
all
We're
head
good.
to a
Sugar
place.
mama.
Yeah, to a place called the Observatory. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see. As you enter, or as you get close to this building, walking through the streets and being pointed in the right direction by a few of the townsfolk, all who have kind of scattered and then slowly come back to this place. You can tell the nature of this town is solely based off of who is where and what. And when there's plenty of guards, that means there's often a lot of trouble. But as you get closer and closer towards what is this place called the Observatory, this building is massive. It has this massive brass dome over one side and windowed, multifaceted area, along with these several diocese-like steps that lead up to what is this main... Almost looks like a college, in a way.
Citra is amazed.
Yeah. And at the top, you can see with what looks like to be the symbol for magic that is divination. As you enter, you are met with what looks like to be several individuals cloaked in robes in their own ways and rights, as they are slowly leaving this place and getting prepared to go on to their next lesson. As you pass through, and you stop one of the young lads, they point, yes, Hasham, head directly to the ocular over there. Big piece of glass, metal and glass.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you!
Yeah. As you walk through, these two beautiful wooden doors with what looks like to be carved intricate stories into them as you push and feel. You can see what looks like to be this extremely tall, fearful looking man with hair that comes down all the way past his waist. Big mutton chops all the way, just full beard, but definitely well kept. And these eyes that glow like the evergreens.
I guess this wasn't the one in my vision.
As you begin to kind of just see as he's staring up at this piece of machinery that has been probably recently installed.
Is it empty and just him inside, or...?
Yes, it is just him.
Alright. If that's the case, Citra wouldn't hold back and just go, hello! Just immediately. There's no threat.
Yeah.
As far as she's aware.
As this being turns and looks towards the rest of the crew. Good morrow. I see that a string of fate has brought all of you here one way or another. It doth not odd. Please, bringeth your approach.
Citra would just shrug, look at the rest, and just start walking.
Dante's also just walking forward.
Rod walks forward as well.
And Haley joining along shortly after. Mine heart be heavy, had I known better.
Well, we kind of just walked in
I
unannounced.
swear I've seen you all deep beyond the veil.
Is this the guy I saw in my vision?
No.
No?
Yes, he is a very lanky-looking Fearbolt, comparative to your own ally, but he is well-aged, definitely.
Speaking of allies, he's still appearing as an elf?
Yeah, that's true. Leodon, are you still looking like an elf?
Connor, you're muted.
Connor?
Connor?
Uh-oh.
I think he's taking care of something. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no!
We'll ask him in a second.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, he's
I
back.
was being hailed by someone. Yes. Upon... he probably would have stayed an elf for a good bit. But upon seeing that this other person was a furbolg, he probably would have been like, oh, and then changed back.
Okay.
My people.
So, by what means of humor do all of you are brought to thine own ocular?
Do you know a Helen Strauslani?
'Tis what?
Well, we took pity on this poor man down at the seaside seaweed. His daughter is sick with arcane sickness,
I've been through
and
it.
we
It's
needed to
awful.
get another draft of a potion that she made for her to help her ease her through the process. But we haven't, from what they said, they haven't seen her for about a month.
Aye. Aught else?
Huh?
Doth thou have any resolve for a friend such as Helen Strauss-Lani?
Resolve?
We
Resolve.
certainly don't mean her any harm, if that's what you're asking.
Aye, that would be what I had intended.
Ah.
I am not unfamiliar. Whether it is through snow or through these own streets, I know where Helen Strauss-Lani is. But my concern for her is particular. Humor me. Are you aware of what good Helen Strauss-Lani has done here?
Well,
Somewhat. We've heard
She
that
did-
she's played a role in obviously keeping this child's sickness at bay. We also know that she is a friend to the town.
Aye. There are many individuals that have entered thine town and presented quandaries over thine friend. It would not be pertinent of me to reveal such information to random strangers. Well, yes, it does seem like you are assisting one of our own. Thou is still mysterious to me.
How could we not be mysterious to you?
Mayhaps.
How might we earn your trust?
It seems like everyone needs something. Tidings. What's... Woods. Even counsel. I desire knowledge. Do you happen to have knowledge I do not pertain to?
Knowledge?
Pertaining to what, exactly? I've travelled quite a few places, and I've learned quite a few things. It's just depending on what you're looking for, I guess.
I have lived here for a great deal of time. I'm always looking for something that I do not know at the moment.
Ah.
Perhaps something important. Perhaps something worthwhile. Perhaps... he thinks... something that could potentially be levied to any of you. Should my friend suddenly turn up missing.
Ah. You're asking for collateral.
Huh.
Aye.
Citra would look at the rest of the group like, what could we possibly... They can't exactly call it him on a dime, so I don't know how that would go. She's like whispering this to Dante and Leo. She's talking about Sav.
Should we... Let me see. What's his name? Should we tell him about who she was working with?
Maybe? Is that allowed?
That's an option. Alternatively...
I mean, you're also looking for her for the cure to the weird Gorgon blood thing.
Yeah, I've got that in my pocket right now.
I mean, there's that, or I can do something I don't want to do, but it'll help.
I think in a situation like this, an option is also being forthright.
We're also held by contract, though.
We just can't talk about the EHS, but we could talk about other stings, no?
Yeah.
Alright, Leo, should I go for it? Show him the face?
Go for it.
By the way, Haley is watching.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
not saying
Shit.
anything. She's watching.
That's why Citra's whispering, because she doesn't necessarily want to talk about the everything she's dealing with to someone she doesn't quite know yet.
Haley.
I don't even know if I could even pull that off right now. So,
Do you think he'll take a flame-tipped arrowhead
I
as
think
collateral?
I'm fairly certain
I
it's probably
think
going to be the...
he wants something more ephemeral and not physical. Knowledge
Should we
is
tell him
power,
about the-
some people say.
Does he know anything about Yugoloths?
We're not supposed to talk about that either.
I think he's looking particularly for something he can hold against us if Strauss-Lani goes missing.
You get a
Should I
sense
tell
of
him-
his words that this isn't the first time somebody has tried to come and find Strauss-Lani and seemingly failed.
But who else?
Well, I'm guessing the guy who put me in jail. I know his face, so maybe I can show him and be like, I don't know who
we're all
this
criminals. That'll
just
work.
I'm just like, this guy put me away in jail, and I think Helen's in trouble kind of deal.
You can try.
Does that sound like a better option?
That's a first option. And you've
Leo,
got the organ blood with you.
And I think that's something that can... I think that's something that falls within what he's looking for, so I don't see why not.
Alright. What do you do, Dante?
Alright. Dante's gonna, like, walk a couple steps forward and change his face to the guy who put him in jail. So this guy right here, he put me in the Penance Dunes. There's something about his face that's treasonous, apparently, and I think because of him, Helen's in trouble. Have you seen him before?
Thou will not feign lies. This is a great deal of honesty. That face is a familiar one, yes. Especially to those who are more in tune with the nature of the way this world is. If this is the face that you believe is after thine friend, I will gladly tell you where they are.
Certainly lining up to be that way.
Yeah. It would be very helpful if you could tell us where she's at. Not just for the little kid, obviously, but for her safety.
Mark word to what I tell you now. The face you have stolen is a dangerous one. It is the face of a man who very much leads the very state that is the Cliffs of Thalia. You've stolen the face of Samuel Ishgari.
Ooh, stolen the face of a prince.
I mean, that's what Rob called you. And the Arc Knight.
To what extent has he... Is he like a dick or something?
I guess that's one way to put it, Dante.
I mean, he's a prince. Of course, most of them are dicks, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I just want to know exactly why.
I don't know. Someone screwed his mom, and his dad was in a closet. I don't know.
Tis not a league in one way or another, but this isolated individual who has spent a great deal of their lives trying to better the Cliffs of Thalia. Hath thou any history of the relationship between the greater nation of Wallenstein and the Cliffs of Thalia itself?
Nah.
I'm not even from here. I'm sorry.
Not from here either, unfortunately.
Then it would be simple to note this. During the time in our last calamity, the rise of Tiamat, the Cliffs of Thalia was created specifically by one of the four that reestablished this nation after its fall during the Reign of Blood. This sibling, who decided to head to the southeast, acted as a stalwart defender should ever the forces of Tiamat were to come from the sheer plain. And as such, established it as a second home for this nation. However, after the Lumerian Wars, that relationship has become far more tense, expending an unbelievable amount of resources. The declaration of the House of the High Lords and the Valfor Ministry has left this tensity to rise to civil war. Oh! That was my ears.
Ow.
Uh-oh.
No.
Please, stand by.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
It's fine.
Alright. You good now?
You good? Okay.
Alright.
Tis as such, this relationship has created intensity to now civil war. Discourse tells we are bound to assisting either which side. Cities in the ridges like this prefer to keep their, well, individualism, but knowing full well of trade routes and taxes. This is not a long-term solution. And there are forces working against the very nature. While verily, I fear that tensities have grown exponentially in recent months. And by signs of the stars even themselves, I am now beginning to wonder what chain of events have allowed such tumultuous and crazed individuals to move the way they do. And as per Samuel Ishgari, his moves have become not like protest, but rather like violence. If you understand what I am saying.
We're kind of
Yes,
getting the
I
idea.
understand what you're saying.
Then it would be best to recognize that using such a face can lead you to perilous dangers around this nation. So either use it wisely, or don't use it at all.
Got it. Dante's gonna change back to his regular face.
Upon the side between Mordal and, or my apologies, between Kilnor and the Julnor Ridge mountainside, in more particular, is where a stronghold you will find.
Oh, it's gonna get cold.
Climbing that mountainside is perilous. While you might have resolve, it hath no reason to treat any of you with kindness.
Well, either way, we gotta warn her about this guy.
And whoever else
Samuel.
looking for her.
Very well. You've taken heed. I suppose there is nothing else I can ask of any of you. Should they disappear and I find out more, I will assure you there will not be a single voice within these lands or riches that will not reach. And if thine friend is not safe, I will alert the authorities, and you will all be sent back to the penance dunes.
Okay.
Dante, you did so much worse the other day that could have sent us back too. I would suggest you chill out just a little bit.
Alright.
I wish my friend to be safe. That is all I desire. Whether or not your crimes exist doth not matter to me. As you can see, there are greater matters to attend to. He turns towards this giant telescope once again. He leaves all of you in a weird silence.
Just that awkward cough in a silent room.
So, do we go now, or?
Could I briefly just try to gauge how old he might be?
Sure. Make a... This is weird to, like, how do you gauge...
Insight?
A creature that can live for quite a while.
Yeah. 500 years or so.
Yeah.
I mean, they can still gauge, like, elderly, no?
Yeah, make an insight check then.
Insight. Alright, insight. 14.
He's up there. He's probably got about another 150 years left in him, but he is older than this nation's rebirth.
Wow.
Ugh.
He's seen some shit.
He's seen it all.
Which is the reason why his speech patterns are so odd.
Hence why they
Doesn't-
called him Kooky.
Yeah.
Because he's got a combination of old speak and new speak.
Mine milkshake, bring all yon gentlefolk to mine
Mine
yard.
They'd be like,
Hello, they replied,
Verily.
"'Tis better than thine."
Verily, 'tis better than thine. I would apprentice thee, but I would
levy a fee.
Oh, God.
I'm never gonna
Play
escape
Final
this.
Fantasy 14, people.
I
I
already
smell your shit, Yarrow.
I tried. I did my best.
Okay, well, let's bounce. We gotta go see.
In Giant, I will say, as my on my honor, as Leodon Farcloud, I will make sure that to the best of our ability we keep our promise to you, venerable one.
You see as the head turns. Quite curious as to what fate brings. A final word of advice.
Is this in
To
common
all.
or giant?
And as he does speak back in common.
Oh, okay. I was just didn't want to I understood that and I didn't.
The Dauntonate Guildhouse will provideth more protection and answers to the Juldal, or to the Juldal Ridge. Am I saying that right? Fuck.
You wrote it.
Julnor Ridge.
I have Julnor Mountainside down on here.
Yeah, Julnor.
And then Julnor Ridge.
I'm thinking of Mordal because I'll tell you guys during break.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so the guild house?
Sichu would kind of move over to Haley going, I'm assuming we're not going to have help with the airship for this one, are we?
Well, it shouldn't be hard to get there on foot.
You're not afraid of a little mountain climbing, are you?
Not the mountain climbing part. The fact that the higher you go up, the colder it gets.
Did you bring your jacket?
She is wearing the outfit that she got from the monks, and that's as far as she got.
Oh, you're fine.
She just remembers the one mistake she made, which she got so excited to see snow, took one step into it, felt that breeze go right through her soul, went, nope!
Ah, yes.
Don't worry.
The bitter cold that is 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
After that, you
Oh,
don't feel
well.
the difference.
It just hurts.
Yep. Anybody who flicks your ear in that kind of cold is no longer your friend.
Oh, I'm gonna try that on myself next time. Alright, so to the guild
Mountains.
house.
Mountains aren't as scary when you're on them and you show them a little respect.
That'll be a first.
I mean, how
for
do you
me.
show a mountain respect?
You don't do anything stupid.
That seems
All
to be
right.
something that's abundant in this group, though.
Alright, then I'll let you lead, Leo.
I'll make sure we get over the mountain.
Anyways, should we actually check on that guild house, or do we think we are good enough off the information we have to do it ourselves?
It's a mountain ridge. That's a lot of land to traverse. Maybe we should get a little bit more pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah, I'd like to cover our asses at least.
On top of that,
Never hurts to be more prepared.
if that little girl is going through the last month of it, the faster we are, the better. It's awful.
Well,
Alright.
duly noted, I suppose.
Sorry,
Alright.
I can't help it. It's a little close to
Dalton
home.
and Guild House. You can see that Haley is definitely like watching everything curiously, especially you guys, as to how you're interacting with people, even when they're difficult.
I just... Cetra's just gonna call it out if she's doing the staring thing. I can't help it.
Well, I'm supposed to observe you guys.
I know, but maybe not so suspiciously. When other people are around, maybe.
What's wrong? Do you not like my blood red eyes?
They're actually really pretty, but,
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome. But some people might find it creepy.
Dante's gonna blush and look away a little bit. I
As
noticed
someone
the red
who's
eyes.
interested in people, generally, try not to be as
Obvious?
subtle about it as possible.
Maybe I should be like Bora and get some big glasses.
That could
Bigger
help.
glasses, more opaque.
They usually help.
That might.
They usually help.
Wait, have you been staring awkwardly this whole time, Buddha?
Under the glasses, she's just wide-eyed looking around.
Like his actual eyes fit in his sockets.
My God.
Nope.
Cetra just walks up to him and looks and just squints. Are you sure?
Nah. Start sweating.
Scary.
All right, guys. Let's go.
right.
Let's go.
All right. So, as traverse not too far from the observatory, making your way through the town, you hear a lot of rustling in very loud terms, getting closer to this area. As you see, it's much like any guild house there is. Its centerpiece this looks like to be the symbol of a blade and bow.
Oh.
And as well as just several individuals, just marksmen, rangers, fighters, the whole lot are here.
Well, this is a colorful group.
And you see as they notice a bunch of brand new people suddenly approach, all the eyes and the voices stop.
That's not
And there's one person that steps out. You here to join the guild?
Fortunately, I'm already part of one.
A damn shame.
We need help.
Oh, so you're looking to hire?
I guess?
We need to talk it out.
Anybody know how to climb the ridge?
We got a few. And then the rest go, yeah, we got a few. Yeah, we got a few.
Good, good.
Peanut gallery in there.
Well, come on in.
Hey.
As you hear the giant wooden gates in front of this house,
Ooh,
it is a fucking mess in here. There is potentially at least 4 fights going on in the background. There's a bunch of people who are currently singing and dancing in one area. The bartender's just trying to, like, keep up with whoever's trying to get their drinks, and then food is being passed around. On the upper area, totally quiet.
Is there anyone hanging from a
This
chandelier?
place looks fun.
Well, this is different.
Yeah, and it's all of, you could just see there's just people merrymaking, happiness. Like, it doesn't seem like the party stops here, but it is crazed. But also, you can see who is reserved, who is talking, who is looking at the board here at the guild. There is just a lot of people who are a part of this guild, and it seemingly might come off to there being a huge reason for that. This guild is the leading guild for this entire city, as well as the Quartermain War.
Were there Rough Rock Riders through this?
Lots of jobs come through here. So you can kind of gather that a lot of people are part of this guild, and it is at least 200, maybe 300 people strong here. And there's a lot of good times.
Huh. Well, this is
As
better.
you're just kind of like moving your way past some people trying to get over to the main receptionist area, you see this gnomish man who is currently leaning back and kind of just taking notes of people who are looking to hire. And by the time you get to him, it's just like, sounds like somebody managed to make their way in. You all look quite interesting. Who you might be looking for and what job you're looking to hire?
We're looking for somebody to guide us through the ridge.
That sounds like a simple thing. And what's the pay?
All of us look to Haley.
All of us look to Haley.
Yeah, Haley is just like, I am going to have to ask for a stipend at some point. Make it 250 gold, 100 up front, and 150 after completion. Yeah, I like this. I think somebody else would like this too. And you can see as he's... Alright. New kid on the block called Uriel came down from up on one of them big ridges. Says was looking to join. Not even 2 days ago. Could definitely use the experience, but he knows his way around.
Alright. Where can
You
we
mentioned
meet
he came
you?
down. He came down from the mountainside.
Yeah, not much of a wild child, if one were to say, but he's a bit weird, but we like weird, as you can tell.
It is quite lively.
Don't go
here, yes.
choking, old man.
I'm not old.
Oh.
Oh,
Is he even
yeah.
staring?
I'm only 300.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, old man.
He's definitely gnomish, and gnomish people live pretty fucking long.
So old might be a little different for them.
Yeah.
Just a little
Only
bit.
400.
All right.
100-year-old gnome. Alright, so, white-haired kid, not too far off. You'll probably notice him.
Alright.
Uriel.
Uriel. Alright.
Let's go and see
Alright.
Uriel.
Okay. Me.
Fishbone from earlier.
You can't swallow this whole, bud.
You can't swallow them whole.
I don't think it's healthy
true,
for
true.
you.
So, as you are once again trying to make your way through the crowds and stuff like that, at some point, one of you get over the head. It's just, fuck.
It's probably Citra
you
with
didn't
her
see it
lowest
happen?
passive.
Yeah, it's just, you guys just kind of dodging your way through before you meet what looks like to be just somebody on a bench, kind of just spinning around, a small statuette in hand and this bladed cane in the other. Pure white hair comes down to the shoulders, what looks like to be vicious tattoo markings that scrawl across the skin, along with this heavy brownish leather armor that kind of comes to the vestments and then slightly up to the arms here, like at the crook of the elbow.
Is this the man in my vision? He's
As
hitting a
far
lot
as-
of descriptions here.
As far as you can tell, especially from insight, this individual is very familiar to those slight details. As all of you begin to approach him, you can see the spinning of the statuette stops. And it looks up towards all of you. Quite interesting. I've seen you all before somehow, and yet I dare not remember.
Yes?
Interesting. I can't say the same about you. Winkety wink wonk.
I can't.
Closing one eye after another.
And where could you all have hailed from?
Like, recently or personally?
Recently.
Fallenstein.
I'm sorry?
It's Kilixmire, right?
You do know the last city you were in is Kilixmire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kilixmire, that one.
Huh.
Do you know how to get over the ridge?
Walk through it.
Yes. I am quite familiar with the lands.
He's still spinning around a statuette?
Yeah. Just in one hand, like it looks like this strong, like this weird black obsidian bipedal creature just spinning in the hand.
Obsidian.
It shouldn't be too difficult. Where is it that you're looking for in specific?
So we don't know exactly where this person is. All we know is they're on the ridge. We're looking for a Helen Strauss-Lani.
The tales that wander down from that mountainside are not unfamiliar to me. Not be a progressive difficulty to track down someone.
Well, we'd be going with you.
We need just a guide to get us through the mountain.
Ah. Well, then I will surely join you for this. As long as the pay is well and, well, the danger is low.
We're not expecting much danger other than the creatures of the mountainside that may get a bit brave. But I trust you would know that better than us. Your pay is going to be 250 gold, 100 up front, 150 upon completion.
Sounds like a solid deal.
He extends his hand.
You can see as the hand extends out towards you, Leodon, and you both shake.
Predator style.
Yeah. However, the eyes detach from you, Leodon, and they stare directly at Dante.
Oh.
The entire shake, and then disconnect. And I do not need any immediate things to gather. We can leave. We can leave right now if you wish.
What time is it?
All right, let's
for
do
an
that.
immediate departure. We probably shouldn't waste any more time.
No, we really shouldn't.
Damn, as much as I wanted to party here.
Yeah, Teacher's like
We can
rubbing her
wait.
head. No, I'm good.
You can see, even away from like all this, whenever there's a business deal being done, it seems like people kind of give space and then refill it once it's done.
Oh, they're polite.
Yeah. Very well. As you can see, as he gets up, this very lanky humanoid man with this long bladed cane, and this figure just keeps in hand and spinning around. All of you prepare to head up mountainside in order to look for a Helen Strauss-Lani's stronghold. And with that, we're gonna take a break.
Break time.
Perfect timing.
Okay.
So, we're gonna go away for 10 minutes. We'll be back, and then we will continue on our adventures. So we're gonna go get some water, probably even do some pee-pee time.
Nice.
It's time for Peepus Room.
Nice.
All right. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Bye.
Yep, welcome back.
From pee-pee time.
Peepus room.
I blame that solely on Connor. I'm never getting over it. I think it is 100% hilarious. Anyways, we're continuing our adventure. The party has found a man named Uriel who is willing to help them go up and through the mountains and continue on with the mission of finding one Helen Strauss-Lani.
Teacher is not so sure how this is gonna work.
So, as all of you gather yourselves up and get ready to climb the side of the mountain, you can see that Uriel has not changed outfits. He's not particularly interested in the cold, in a way.
Doesn't bother him anyway.
You see, but he does carry that cane very, very heavily, and even almost relies on it in a way, as he manages to just keep pace with all of you, but definitely you can tell he is physically not full of capacity. It takes you a quarter of the day, well into past the afternoon before reaching the base of the mountain. You notice there is just that snow cap that, while seemingly very far off, is still nearby. Well, it will definitely take us close to at least half a day to get somewhere near the center of the mountain. If you're looking to get to the top, well, I recommend we sleep in for the night. And have you packed your tents, at least?
I don't think we do.
Tents? You told us not to. We didn't have to grab anything.
Well, I didn't.
No, you did.
I've got a bedroll.
You can see as Helen, or not Helen, Haley is kind of just like,
All right.
I have my own methods. Should be fine.
All right. Dante's gonna start scooping snow around him.
Well, you guys haven't climbed up
No, we're not
it yet.
near the snow yet. Yeah.
Oh shit! He's gonna start stacking rocks.
Any particular reason why?
I'm gonna make myself a little shelter. And I'm gonna see if
You
anyone...
haven't climbed up the side of the mountain yet. Yeah, it's still well into the midday. Like, you have to climb up quite a bit before you decide to set up camp.
Oh. Sorry, I thought we were all like climbing.
Yeah, you're fine.
Teacher just tucks her, the neck piece around tighter, like, it's gonna get cold.
All right, can I find sticks or anything around me?
Sure, make a survival check.
All right. $19.
You could manage to bundle together a number of sticks in order to assist with this travel and eventual encampment.
All right, I'm gonna gather them up into a fat bundle and I'm gonna put them around my back.
All right. Well then, shall we?
No time like the present.
Right.
And at this point, I'm going to let you guys have whatever conversation you want. That you converse among each other, should you so desire.
Okay.
You okay, Buddha? So I'm assuming we're just like actively climbing up as this happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna start talking to Uriel.
Alright. So you're kind of walking along him. He's kind of just panging the bottom of the cane towards solid spots to put his foothold in.
So, what had you hanging around the mountains? I don't know how long you were doing it for, but according to the gnome guy at the guild, he said you'd just come down.
I know the mountains well, mainly for having good memories here. I would traverse it quite often.
Good memories, like childhood memories, or...
Yes. I remember back not too long ago in my youth, my mother and I would travel up these mountains before she would have one of her fits.
Fits.
Fits?
She unfortunately succumbed to a very unfortunate form of depression.
Shit. I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
One could say it was a very intense form of postpartum. I used to have a brother.
Used to?
It was a great deal of time ago. Lost to the sea.
Damn. Are you okay?
I would say okay is a relative term. Have you ever felt like your entire life is just fragments? Just one memory that you can barely recall after another.
I guess sort of.
I feel that often. It's hard to remember everything. But it's the things I can remember are important. I remember climbing to the summits of these mountains and witnessing the breath of this nation, this land, as it flowed down into the ridges and valleys. I remember those memories well. Not all of them, but some.
What made you want to lead down the mountain then?
Purpose. I remember purpose bestowed on me. You can see as he's gripping the statuette a little oddly. I was here for a while, and then I was told to come down.
Dante's gonna get a sharp eye in his look, or sharp look in his eye. Who told you to come down?
You can see as he curiously wonders who did ask him. I don't remember. I just remember told to come down.
Dante's gonna look at Leo with that intense look on his face. Is that your boy?
Does this sound at all like something the Baron would do?
I mean, it just happened.
It's sounding familiar.
The fact that if good old Billiam himself wanted to traverse up a mountain to convince a man to come back down in order to find a random group of people that wanted to go back up it in order to find someone else, it sounds like it's way out of his own way for something that inconsequential to him. Even just with general insight, sounds like a stretch.
Yeah, Leo will sort of like make a face like he's thinking, and then he'll just shake his head.
Maybe he's not
too much effort.
Maybe he's not the only one. Well, never mind me. That just sounded familiar to something that happened earlier today.
Now you kind of comprehend what I mean by fragmented memories. I can't remember who told me. I just knew that there was purpose and reason to do so.
Tate's gonna carry along happily.
What race is this individual?
Upon close inspection, human.
Okay.
Unless you want to insight further.
Can I do an insight check?
If that's what you want to do.
I've got... This guy's giving me some... There's something off. Bam, 6.
Yeah, it seems like this is just a weary mountained traveler that just knows his way around, but like he's always lost at thought. But you don't ever get the feeling like he's giving you a bad direction.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And what of Leodon?
Dog.
Heck.
Leo would probably think to inquire further, but he'd drop it eventually. He just was curious about his appearance, is all, with the stark white hair.
It's not like he's old either. He's definitely in his 20s.
Whippersnapper.
Yep. He's a youngin'. Citra's more focused on not falling down the side of the mountain, so... To be fair, I think she could just use her acrobatics for a lot of it.
Anybody else want to talk?
Citra doesn't want to fall. She is very focused.
It's not like you can immediately fall. There's no major gorges
No,
here.
it's more so that it starts getting steeper, so if you trip a little bit, you do take a bit of a tumble.
Which actually reminds me. I actually need everyone to roll me, of your choice, athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
I'll roll athletics.
15.
Row at acrobatics.
Jesus.
Let
11.
11.
Okay. I'll go across the table as usual.
Yeah, I think I've got something for this because I'm a ranger.
Your rangery things.
Yeah. Get certain benefits.
Level.
Oh crap, I just realized my
Never mind.
speed got faster.
One more level and I'll get something that will help me for this, but for now, just athletics or acrobatics, you said?
Yeah.
I'll go for athletics. That's the higher of the two.
I'm just realizing I now have 40 walking speed.
Fast.
Oh, damn. Alright. So, C-Trap.
15.
What's it?
15. 1-5.
Okay. Alright. Lead on.
15. 1-5.
Hey.
Okay. Dante.
11.
And
11.
Burra.
Matchies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with Haley, she's probably not the strongest being a wizard. You can tell all of you are getting tired. Not only is it because you're losing air, but also from the traversal of climbing a steep, mountainside. At this point, all of you take a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How do you do that in this? I've never had to use it on
How does
D&D
that-
Beyond.
Yeah, how does that work in D&D Beyond?
Oh, conditions. There it is.
Yeah. Go to conditions and then add exhaustion.
Let's see, where's conditions?
As
1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, okay, see it now.
I'm trying to look for conditions. Where is it?
Exhaustion.
it should be under your health.
Right next to you. It's in the box right next to your armor class.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll say
Yeah,
defenses
yeah.
and conditions. You click the box.
I got it.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Let's see, paralyzed,
There we
bleeding,
go.
restrained, unconscious, exhausted. Okay, let me clear this. 1 point exhaustion.
Level 1 exhaustion.
Yep.
Damn, not a single one of us is fit enough.
Yeah.
Even with my plus,
If only you were one level higher, I would have had
Even
something.
with
Listen,
my
teacher comes
yeah.
from a very warm place, okay?
even with my plus 5, it wasn't enough.
Dante doesn't climb things
You,
this
you
high.
guys rolled. You guys, two of you barely made it, or barely like you failed and didn't pass, and then the other two was just way too low for it even to matter. So, as you guys begin to feel the heave from pushing yourselves all the way up this mountain, you see you see your guide as he looks back down to all of you. I can see your bodies are finally giving way. Perhaps making camp for the night would be for the
Wait,
best.
can I use my grass?
I'm not bothered by it, no.
No, I'm just trying to see if
Oh,
that'll
this
help.
mountain's so high.
I'm gonna go even higher!
Have we reached the snow yet, or no? Not even close.
Oh, it's starting to
not worth it.
get there. You guys are probably at the cusp of snow. It's gonna probably come in for the night, but it probably would be best to find a place that might be safe.
Listen, caves
Okay.
have bears, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, I got sticks. I can build us something.
Alright. Whoever wants to make a survival check, you're more than welcome to see what might be a good place to
I'll
rest
do it.
for
I
the
can
night.
help.
I will also do it.
I will also.
Okay.
Alright, 24.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Burrow with the 24.
18.
18 for Leodon.
Right.
Damn.
I'm curious.
The Ranger.
16.
I am a whole 5. There it is.
Yep.
Listen, Cetra's not used to this yet.
Okay.
She's not.
So, as you're dictated in order to try and find a good place to camp for the night, Burra, it doesn't take you long to separate out from the main trail before finding a wide lake, somewhat pond that just spans out in this one area. A few trees nearby. Definitely would be useful for the cover of night.
Repeat, what cover? What cover again?
It's a wide pond area with large trees. Definitely would be good for the cover of night.
Yo, there's a pond area over there. We can just rest up there.
Okay.
Can we use my sticks?
I don't see why not.
I mean, yeah.
Yes!
I have a tinderbox.
Fire! Alright, here you go, Leo. I'm gonna hand you my sticks.
Yes. Alright.
I mean, I can create light, but I can't cause fire.
Don't worry, hold your magic for later.
Oh, it's a cantrip, so if you're worried about spell slots, it's not that.
Oh, cool.
But it only lasts, like, what, 1 hour? Yeah, an hour.
Okay. Alright, I guess we can set up camp here. Good find, bruh!
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How's Haley? How's Haley in all this?
How's what?
Haley, I mean, it's the first time out of a library, and now we're climbing a mountain.
You can definitely tell she is tired and heaving.
Cetra would offer to help her.
Dante's gonna take his cloak and lay it on the floor. Here you go!
Thank you. Both of you are far too kind. I haven't done a workout like this since
I mean, I watched...
the last time I had to put away all those books.
Ooh.
I mean, I've watched from Celsium, but nothing like this.
Yes, actually, I'm quite curious about your endeavors from Celsium. I mean, I know since they've recently lifted the outlaw of tieflings there,
It's
the past 25 years.
still a little rough, but yeah.
No, care to speak your experience from home, or
Well...
perhaps talk about your parents? I would be interested to know about them.
I mean, they're both really loving parents. My mom is a tiefling, and my dad is a human. I don't think they expected to have me, but they just kind of went with it. It was, I guess, modest upbringing. We weren't rich or anything, but we weren't poor either. But what I do know is that even though they lifted that ban, there's unfortunately still a not so nice look upon tieflings, so I wouldn't say normal childhood. Kind of had to do our best to kind of be like, we're not that bad as you think we are. But I come from the Bay Area. It's really, really nice and warm, so this is a very far away from home. And I guess, like, sprinkling little bits of what I guess I'd have to ask from you, because we didn't really talk too much on that.
Yeah.
So, I know it's from the Bay Area, but that's about it.
Yeah. There's a ton of bits and information that comes from living life in Celsium, especially as a tiefling. It's not exactly the most perfect place in the world. Especially experiencing the shift and mental change, because things like that, when it comes to any society, it takes a while to modernize thought
Hence the whole
like that.
try to be your best, because I feel like it started with her mom wanting to show her best as an adult, and then eventually had a kid, and then the kid kind of had to deal with that. Which, yeah. I don't think it was too bad, but it was still very much, hey, try to be your best person to show and erase these stereotypes that they might assume of your race. Aside from the fact that she apparently had a natural gift to magic, which her mom didn't quite expect, but it happened. She can't do the same things that her mom could, which was like the burning hands or hellish rebuke at all.
It's quite curious.
No, but...
I mean, not to put my own experiences to compare to yours, but there was a time where us Lumerians were not exactly well and welcomed back into this world.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Even now, there are still some of us that don't believe in the adamantine dragon's perception of things.
Well, how did you wind up at that adamantine bastion? Like,
I was technically born there.
Oh, true. What I'm saying is I guess was it literal when you said you've never left the library, is where I'm trying to get to.
Oh, of course I've left the library. I've never left Lumeria.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Imagine my excitement as a being like me that can live for quite some time. Humans naturally do not have magic. Either they come to understand the skill, or they make pacts in order to gain them, or for the very rare few that are naturally gifted, like sorcerers.
Well, I'm guessing that's probably came from my father, because it definitely wasn't my mother.
Possibly.
If only
I personally have felt the hand of discrimination from this world. Once before.
It's not easy to deal with. But it's never made any sense to me to meet hate with hate. It just makes it worse.
I agree. However, I've also faced my own discrimination for my own research as well. It's not exactly what one would call palpable.
Oh?
What kind of research did you do?
Well, as you may know, I practice in blood arts. Not for power, not for understanding life energy, but understanding the legacy that blood has.
Legacy?
As she pulls back on the gloves that she does wear, you can see with what seemingly are these small black spots that have exits, almost as if where to pull. And as she pulls on the gloves, you can see as small strings of blood rise up, and they kind of float around.
Yeah, Citra can't help be like, oh, like a little like scared for a second there, because blood, but she chills out. She's like, okay, this is magic. Relax.
Dante is enamored.
Blood is the very life force of living creatures. Everything has it, even the dead. And understanding life force and understanding its legacy, perhaps I'll be able to find what was lost to me.
Well, I wish you the best on that.
I'm sorry?
She says she's just wishing her the best on that endeavor.
There was a lot of us that were lost ever since the fall of Lemuria. And now I am more than ready to try and find it all again.
So I'm assuming this whole trip is probably not what you expected to be dealing with right now.
My nights are a bit tireless, sure, and my research and understanding magic and even blood arts are extensive. The fact that I get to come down and see the world with my own eyes instead of sitting there so high upon this ivory tower. It's a little refreshing to see expectations met and then also expectations revised.
Revised? Did we mess up that bad?
Revised?
Well, I don't ever want to be disappointed. So, new information is more interesting than it would be for me to be disappointed and upset.
Well, if anything, we're glad to, I guess, be able to help you on that. Stretching your legs, I guess.
Well, all of you are part of a job.
True.
But this experience is one of a kind.
A revision.
Exactly. As the blood begins to just kind of pull back into the gloves, and you can see as the hands relax.
Yeah, I can't do any of that. Most of what I do tends to heal people, or at least keep them from dying.
Well, I think that is important too.
Yep.
But I believe I have contingencies in place to assist in that aspect. Not in ways one would expect, though.
If it helps, it helps.
Like stopping bleeding, maybe?
No, my art pertains to making sure there is bleeding.
Oh, opposite way. Alright.
Have any of us stopped to make a
I know
fire
what you
yet?
Yeah, what, has Dante even made a fire
Well, I
yet?
handed my sticks off to Leo.
Oh, well then, Leo, have you
Yeah.
made a fire yet?
Probably in the process of it.
Okay.
You said there were trees around here?
Oh yes, there are these, I would say, big redwood trees
Ooh.
that kind of just permeate throughout the forest and just stand hundreds of feet tall.
Sheesh.
Pretty.
Does it look like there are any leaves or twigs on the ground?
Oh, obviously. Passive perception everywhere. Literally
Excellent.
everywhere.
I would gather a few more sticks and leaves just as just to help accelerate the fire, and I will say out to the trees, "Mighty redwoods, permit me to partake of your fallen leaves and twigs, for me and my comrades seek warmth in the night on your mountain."
there is a slight brush of breath that comes by as you ignite the flame. As you see, first there is smoke, and then it begins to billow into small flames before finally encapsulating the entirety of this campfire.
And I will start setting small stones around my little bonfire that I've made, just to make sure it doesn't spread to these large, powerful trees.
Absolutely. And especially with there being a small pond here, you're not exactly sure if the water is clean or not, but it's there.
I don't have purify water. Sorry.
That's alright, we can do it the old-fashioned way.
Alright. I'll let you guys do some nature work. Given Burra's passive and Leodon's passive in survival, it will be of no problem to you guys to be able to create purified water by using, the pot and steam method.
Okay.
Yes, I have a mess kit that contains a iron pot, so yes, we can boil some water.
Alright.
I have the same mess kit.
And Bruh, with assistance to Leodon, being your ranger, this work will be of no time at all, and you guys will have a camp ready within the next hour.
Yeah, if they wind up needing light, she'll just cast light on her staff for them to be able to see.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a few things. Just in case.
And does this answer the question tonight? Does Citra sleep in a ball? Absolutely. The tail wraps around.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't need any of those face masks to block out light. Her tail is fluffy enough to do that by itself.
There's no short trees, are there? Just only redwoods?
There's a couple of saplings not too far off.
Damn, not good enough.
You're gonna try to do
I was
what?
gonna
Make
see
a
if I
hammock?
can sleep in a tree.
You would probably get exhausted though, because you have to make sure you don't fall.
Not if I pin myself up
Also,
to
redwoods. Redwoods are big trees.
Yeah, they go straight up, and the branches don't even start until at least 50 feet up.
It's pretty.
Excuse me.
Wait, can I see if there's any fish in the pond?
Make a perception check.
Perception check.
I mean, Citra could cast light on a rock and toss it in there and you can see.
$20.
Damn.
Alright. So, as far as you guys can be aware of, there is probably some fish in this pond. If you had a proper method of capturing them, it wouldn't be too difficult. The pond does go somewhere around 4, maybe 5 feet deep, based off of that perception.
It's cold.
How well can I see any fish that are there?
I mean, you could see them kind of slipping around here and there, even in the dark, but with enough light, it wouldn't be
Citra
hard.
will cast light on a stone and toss it in the water.
As you do, the way fish would generally act to something like this, as you take a stone and you move your light spell onto it, you toss it into the pond. For a moment, you see all the fishes, as they are, there are somewhere around 5 or 6 of them. As it hits the surface of the water and it glows, the fish spread out further into the pond.
Yeah, but it's shiny. but none of us have fishing poles or anything like that.
Wait, how light does Virgil glow?
A very deep blue. Kind of benefit to, a clear night like this. It is moonlit.
Could I technically catch one with Mage Hand?
I need a good sight on these fish. I need to shoot one. Or a couple of them.
I would say, given a hawk's natural ability to capture fish, go ahead and have Virgil make me 2d20 rolls.
Do two
based off of his dexterity.
two what?
2 d20 rolls based off of his dexterity. So 2 dexterity checks straight.
Okay.
And he should be in your character sheet.
Extras.
Yeah, look for extras.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, one at the other or at the same time?
Just 2. I will consider these both an attempt to gather fish.
Okay, so one was 14, one was 15.
Oh, perfectly fine. As you summon Virgil in order to help you capture some of these fish, you can see as this small glowing blue light of a fey-like creature as he comes out and around before lifting off into the air and then swooping down with accuracy and precision as it hits the surface of the water, and you see this massive trout-like fish in one of the claws before it comes over to the landmass and then dropping it in front of you, much like Eagly from Peacemaker. Just
Whoa.
and then back out and around again a couple of times before you manage to get somewhere close to around 4 to 6 trouts in a single round before it just
Thank you, Virgil.
You see as Virgil, after completing his task, he up into the air once again, kind of just roaming the sky.
Guys, I got some fish for us.
I want to inspect the fish.
They're trout.
Fish.
Yeah,
Can I
definitely
roll this
trout.
to see if I like trout.
I mean, do you like trout?
In real life, not really.
Oh.
I mean, does Burra like trout?
Nah.
He's not a fish guy?
Nah, he's like... No, his appetite is more like shonen protagonists, mostly the big meats.
Oh.
Fair enough.
You know what?
Big meat.
You know what? I'm gonna look for some other food. So Broad leaves the camp and start looking for other animals to hunt.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Damn it. 14.
We're also
It's not a bad
our
check.
checks are supposed to be at disadvantage though.
That is true.
Oh.
Yeah, you're exhausted. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, 14 it is.
All right. It takes you a bit but there's nothing of big game that you could hunt down. I mean, after a bit of foraging, sure, you can, nuts, berries, this and that, even some herbs, but nothing of, particularly big game to hunt and fight.
What? Where's the freaking boars? Where the freaking chickens? Where's the freaking...
We just hear this echoing in the forest.
Ah, yes. The ever elusive mountain chicken.
Where is the freaking food? Where's the freaking animals that have the good suckling meat?
Well, we have fish.
Dante's shaking a fish in his hand. This all we got, bud.
It's either this or trail rations.
They were fresh. He stomps back, grumbling.
So you guys boil and cool your waters. I will say that all of you are your water rations are full. Woo. You cook and well roast your fish. Given everyone's Leodon's passive survival in this significance, as trying not to burn them in this aspect. After which, everyone gets a well and hearty meal of both fish and meats and various trail rations and clean water. You are all well fed for the night. And it is up to you if you shall rest and who wants to keep watch.
Well,
Okay,
teacher is supposed to keep meditating, so I guess she'd probably offer first at least.
Nah, bro keeps watch.
Well, you still need
Dante's
to sleep.
gonna sleep. Dante's just gonna pass out.
You see
Oh,
this
so tired.
Uriel, Uriel looking at each one of you kind of go to bed. He doesn't fall asleep, and he just sits by the fire and stares.
Bro notices this and walks over to him.
Yeah. So Citra, you'll be meditating until you go to sleep. Uriel, as he sits there staring at the fire, and Bruh, you keeping first watch.
Yeah, bro, like I said, bro notices and walks over towards him. You're... I'm surprised you're still up at this time.
Sleeping is practice for the dead, my friend.
Then I guess most of us are dead then. I want to roll some insight. I want to try to notice a few things about him.
Sure, make an insight check.
Natural 1. +5, but is it?
Can't get a read on this guy. He's so fucking mysterious.
Yes.
So weird. So weird.
And I guess I was the one who's grumpy most of the time.
Not exactly what one would call grumpy, just insightful.
Insightful what?
Strangely enough, as I look at all of you, I feel like you are a fragmented memory. And I'm beginning to question where I remember you all from.
As I recall, we haven't really known each other for such a long time. I mean, I'm new to this region, so I don't recall ever seeing you around there.
Which is why it's odd to me. Why can I remember your faces, but never met you?
Bro, did you do acid or whatever?
No. I feel like something like that would be a hindrance to my capacity to remember.
I don't know, when I'm feeling stressed out, bro pulls out the grass. This tends to help out, bro. Do you want to know one of the reasons why I smoke this?
Your trouble.
Well, yeah, that obviously, but also, sometimes these things give you. Sometimes these things, they allow you to see stuff. They allow you to see stuff, understand stuff that you couldn't possibly understand when you're not before you smoked it. Alright, go on, give this a whiff.
It smells like something out of, I don't know, some Zorn ass.
Yeah, I puked the first time I smoked it, but you get used to it.
Jesus.
You're definitely the curious swordsman I think you are.
Yeah. You know, my stepbrother used to say that to me. Bro.
Why the distinction?
I'm sorry, repeat that again?
Why the distinction? Do you think he was your actual brother, or do you think because you were not born of blood, that doesn't make you brothers?
I mean, yeah, obviously he wasn't my brother. I mean, if he was, then some people really like orcs, I guess. But I grew up with him. He was like the only person that was there with me most of the time, who stuck his neck out for me most of the time. Of course I consider him my brother. And you know,
must be nice to have one.
Had one.
I sympathize. I sympathize greatly with you.
So,
I also had a brother.
huh? Really?
I just wish that we had more time to figure out who they could have been.
Yeah, that seems kind of corny, but you had a brother, I had a brother. Why don't we become brothers?
Hopefully one day I might be open to that.
Yeah, I might be talking out of my ass because I'm kind of tired right now. So just ignore the brother thing.
I'll keep it in mind.
Bra goes back to his post and still keep watch.
Okay. Passive tells you that there's no immediate threats around the encampment as per your post. You know, the fire is still being fed by Uriel. Everyone kind of sleeping within their bedrolls and trying to rest with the sound of the mountains coming down. Your eyes are beginning to become heavy, and you think it is the next person's turn to keep watch. Citra, do you manage to go to bed?
If he was taking first watch, she probably would have eventually passed out. If she was supposed to be the next one, I'm not sure.
Well then,
As far as...
who wants to take?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know she has dark vision, so I'm pretty sure that's probably the only reason why she'd help.
Alright. Citra, you'll take next
Okay.
watch. As you still kind of gather from meditation and thought. There is that quiet, that air from the mountains that move past your ears, and you can feel its cool breeze as it meets your face. Generally, with your passive, everything seems right. Even with dark vision, everything seems undisturbed. But if you want to roll for higher, that is up to you.
I could try, but we're still at a disadvantage.
That's true.
I could try.
You can certainly
Perception
do.
for this? Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's gonna be a 9, I guarantee it. Yep. There it is. It's a 9.
Yeah, not much that you can get down from the mountains other than the sounds of nature in the night.
I guess for the next person, she'd probably poke Leodon.
Alright. Leodon, you stir awake to a poking Citra.
Well, gently.
Wait. My turn already.
Unfortunately. Sorry.
Alright. No, that's fine.
At this point, Uriel has still not gone to sleep. Still staring and feeding the fire.
Teacher just curls up into a ball.
Alright.
Uriel?
Leodon.
Can't sleep?
I'm still trying to remember where I've seen your faces.
Well, I've gotten around. I've been a couple places. If you're well-traveled, very likely you've seen me, but...
I think I'm well-traveled. I only climb these mountains every so often. Then I go home.
Have you gotten any sleep at all? I think I remember you were awake when I went to sleep.
I don't think I remember how to sleep.
Now I want to do that insight to see if there's anything that's quite not human about him.
Sure.
Oh, come on. Natural one.
We're tired.
He's odd. He's very odd. He doesn't remember a lot of things, but he's trying to focus on remembering one thing. While his skills in traveling along this ridgeside mountain is, doubtless, it's just there is something, but you just don't
Just
get
on
it.
the ridge right there, you just can't reach it.
Yeah. He's
well.
very human, very, very physical. There any other thing you would like to attempt to view on this individual.
Yeah, probably nothing that would require a check. Just, be idly curious about him, but I wouldn't pry.
Also,
Okay.
warning: whoever's closest to Citra, if you're a warm person, she will eventually just cling to whatever warm thing near her. I apologize.
And Citra has clung to my back.
Probably.
He just sort of
big bag.
Feels a jolt and then looks over.
She's asleep. She can't help it.
Well,
Dante is just gonna start loudly snoring.
All right. So, Leodon, as per your passive, you stare deep into the mountains trying to gain anything. A sliver of knowledge. As such... Excuse me. I'm a little tired too. As such, getting a general feeling, you do happen to catch a sound that doesn't match the rhythm of the mountainside. Not too far off into the forest, you might be able to gather where it might be, but it doesn't sound natural.
like a deer, his head will just turn quickly in that direction.
You do. As it's just...
Did you hear that?
Whatever it might be trouble.
I'm just gonna keep watching in that direction, slowly, hook my thumb under my coat and just have my hand close to my hand axis.
I'm gonna laugh if you suddenly have to jump up and Seacher just goes with you.
No, you guys are asleep.
I'm talking about just unofficially launching her from the spot.
How far do you want to try and get to this?
Probably won't make any sudden moves, but he's definitely narrowing his perception in the direction of the sound that he heard.
I mean, it's not impossible in order to kind of gather the direction of what this thing might be. You just hear large stomping in its own rhythm against the general sounds of the mountain. But the mountain is just loud enough to keep everyone else asleep.
Like I said, it probably wouldn't make any sudden moves just yet, but he'd just sort of lean a little bit forward in his spot just to see if he might be able to see something else.
Sure, make a perception check.
Whoop. 15.
You can tell there's a shadow deep in the forest as it almost seemingly goes around for a while, stops, goes around for a while, stops, and you can hear the faint multi-sounded thumping just so faintly through the air.
We're up on a mountain. Leo looks to the fire briefly, debating internally whether he should snuff it out. But we're up here in the cold. He doesn't want people to freeze to death in their beds, so he's just going to be wary for right now.
Okay.
Here's something stomping about.
Should we put out the fire?
He looks to the others briefly while they're sleeping. You can easily light it back up if it turns out to be nothing.
Right.
Let's snuff the fire.
Uriel and you both grabbing a couple of pots, pulling them from the small pond, and then just as large billows of smoke come out from the fire. As the darkness fills the void of light, there is still that faint rhythm, not too far off.
Does it sound like it's getting closer at all?
It does sound like it's getting closer. You have a choice, Leodon. Lest you want to wake everyone up and move out, to go and investigate what might be coming your way, or stand your ground and await for whatever it is that's coming your way to come.
I am going to sit and wait with Uriel.
Alright. As the night begins to resettle, there is a absence of wind for a few moments. It doesn't take long until you begin to hear that rhythmic thumping that has pervaded the forest for the past several minutes, getting closer and closer. And after a while, it stops.
No.
In one moment, you hear the breaking of a twig and the snapping of a branch. The rustle of leaves, as well as the heavy footfalls. As well as what seemingly is almost like this mechanical sound. Just this... After a few moments of just these sounds pervading the entire camp, you guys are beginning to be slightly rustled awake. with there being absolutely no light here, suddenly you hear as whatever this thing was, it has managed to become and make its way all the way back around behind all of you.
Oh.
As each one of you managing to kind of come to sensation, the one that it stands close to is Haley. As her eyes open, a blood-curdling scream exits the mouth as the darkness is lit up by lightning, and you see what looks like to be this massive mechanized scorpion staring down all of you.
Oh, buddy.
And out from its tail, you can see buzzing bolts of electricity touching its metal exterior, and it releasing this twisted metal sound out from its bellows. And that is where we're gonna go ahead off
Oh
for tonight.
boy. It's bug time.
I was hoping snuffing the fire would give us a bit of an advantage there.
Ha.
Helen's on her way.
Nice.
By the by, I've been trying to pull out this miniature for years.
There's a void behind you.
Wow,
Yeah.
you just reached into the next dimension.
Oh my.
Ooh.
He's big.
Funny Scorpone.
It's Al
Yep.
Scarpone.
Scorpone.
I've had this miniature for years. I have never used it once until tonight.
Hooray!
Oh man.
Or until when we return for our next
Next
session.
time.
All right.
I'm going to give you guys a reason to come back in 2 weeks.
I have a reason. It's called having a house.
All right. Announcements?
Yes, so with that exciting conclusion, I understand it's a night was slow. I apologize. It's on me. Some quick announcements for tonight, and then we're gonna go head on off. All that fun stuff. So first and foremost, on my end, I know I've been trying to talk about getting How to Be an Adventurer stuff on Patreon for a little while. I do apologize. It's been very busy. I've been working basically on this, and then also on working with Daito on his projects as well, and then also I have other projects that I gotta work on. So I will have something before the new month, I'm sure. And if I don't, I do apologize. But yes, I've been extremely busy as of late, so there is that. The other thing I wanted to say is that I was still planning on streaming every single day. I'm probably gonna try and stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, or Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays again. Mainly because I just needed to take a week off to kind of deal with all the madness that was happening. So there is that. So if you want to check me out on streaming, it is Twitch/YaroShiN, and I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am almost done with Shadowbringers, I'm sure. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm good.
Anyone else from here?
Yeah. So Blue,
Hi.
how you now? My God, this is how I know I'm
Yeah,
tired.
I can see that.
Oh God, I'm losing myself.
Hi
How you now?
Hi, it's Blue. I play your little monk friend who's probably still partially unconscious. No, I've got nothing going on. I am stressed to hell because we're trying to move, and it's the most complicated, convoluted thing I've ever dealt with. So, which is why I'm sorry for the break. I can't avoid this. But hopefully soon we'll have a new roof over our house and settled. So fingers crossed.
All right. And next up is Connor.
It's you.
It's you.
They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Double. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sundays, I'm usually playing The Banner Saga 3 whenever I get time after this. Hee-haw.
Yeah, this is a chill episode, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Very quiet one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, be sure to check out Dead House Sonata, action RPG where you play as the dead to fight the living. Should hopefully be coming out sometime later this year. Hopefully, maybe. Don't quote me on that, please. And also check out my DM's Guild, where I'll be releasing the College of Distortion Bard.
Yeah.
Power metal themed Bard subclass.
Rock on.
Yeah.
And next up is Jade.
Hi, it's Jade the Firefox. You can find me at Jade_Firefox, Twitter.com. I currently have 5 sketch commissions open, and that's it. That's all I got. That's all I have power for.
Fair enough. Same here. And last but not least, my good friend.
Hey guys, this is Daitomodachi, aka Brawl, the half orc samurai. As I do not have anything this week, but hopefully by the next session I should have some goodies for you guys. So that's it for me.
All right. Woo. No more pressing matters. Everyone want to go to bed?
Yep.
I can't.
Me too. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and also thank you for joining us, and we love you so very much. And as always, see ya in a couple of Sundays.
All right.
Have a good night, everyone.
See ya. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Sweet
Have a
dreams.
bye.
See you guys.